the second leg of our outback adventure, and we are having such an awesome time, aren't we?
Great time, yeah.
And we've left Longreach and we're now spending a few nights out in Winton, and what a delightful town.
It is, yeah.
It has so much to offer. Like, the first night we were here, we went and watched a movie, an old John Wayne movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1938, stagecoach run at the Royal Open Air Theatre it is here. And that was an experience in wintertime, sitting out in an open theatre, looking up at the stars, watching a western. And yeah, certainly need a blanket there more than just jumpers.
Yes, it was freezing, but it was great.
Where did we go yesterday? We went to the Age of Dinosaurs.
Yes.
And that's about 20 minutes out of town. And it was, a real eye-opener. Talking about what the area used to be like here around Winton. Some 95 million years ago, the environment, instead of being so hot and dry and dusty, they say it was more like the environment of Tasmania. Now, the Australian Age of Dinosaurs Museum is on an area of land called the Jump Up, which is another 85 metres higher than the surrounding countryside. And one of the fossils they had there, it was a fossilised conifer.
Yes.
And they say that this conifer was 100 metres tall. So that means that the Jump Up where the museum is 85 metres tall. And so this tree would have still been another 15 metres higher again. It was interesting, we went to the laboratory. We saw how they do all the fine work of discovering the dinosaur bones.
Excavating them.
Excavate in amongst all the rock, hey?
Yeah, yeah. They strip away the top black soil layers and then it reveals the fossils underneath. Amazing process, and you can come and volunteer, I feel like, at the Age of Dinosaurs in the laboratory, be a part of excavating the bones from the rocks and dirt, and it's quite amazing. You can talk to the people who are doing it. What guy we were talking to had actually found some bones at one of the digs, and an amazing experience, and they really rely on volunteers coming to help them to do the work because there's so much to be done.
And that guy you just mentioned, he comes out for 3 or 4 weeks every year, and he's been doing it for the last, I think he said 10 years. And we went from having a look at some of the dinosaurs as they were being excavated, we went to the prep room where we actually saw some of the bones from some of the really big dinosaurs that they've discovered out here, like Matilda.
Yep.
And Wade.
Judy.
And Judy.
Yeah.
And
Elliot. He was the first one named after, is it John Elliot, the guy that was
might be, yeah.
The grazier that the bones were found on his property?
Yeah, the bones were found on his property, and then he developed the Age of Dinosaurs Museum, which is still growing the whole time, because we went and saw a new exhibit that opened only a month ago called the March of the Titanosaurs, where they'd discovered dinosaur tracks down on a creek bed, and they were very concerned that over time these dinosaur tracks were just going to get washed away. They were unearthed through a flood. They thought they were going to get washed away, so they actually relocated this section of mud that was 54 metres long.
Yep.
Took so much time and effort, piece by piece, and they put it back together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was really fascinating. And today we are off to
the Waltzing Matilda Centre.
The Waltzing Matilda Centre.
Waltzing Matilda, Waltzing Matilda. You can join in.
I won't join in, I'll save everybody that. And it's the only museum in the world that's dedicated to a song. So we'll be heading there shortly, but we've been and seen some other attractions here as well.
Fence.
We've been to the musical fence when we came back
Arno's Wall.
From the Age of Dinosaurs, and we went to Arno's Wall as well. So Winton's been an absolutely fantastic place. We've only been here 3 nights. We probably could have stayed a lot longer. we have made it to the Australian Age of Dinosaurs Museum here at Winton, and we are looking forward to having an awesome morning as we go and explore this incredible attraction here in Winton. So we're just heading down now for our first tour. It's in the laboratory.
Yay.
And yeah, I'm sure we're going to learn some fascinating facts about some dinosaurs.
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 1999, he was doing the rounds of his paddock and he sees some rocks that don't look quite right. Now Winton doesn't have a lot of rocks, most of them don't look like this. So he took a couple of photos and that's what we have here. Now David didn't know it at the time, but he had found part of an upper leg bone of a dinosaur. So like this one here, he found the top part of this bone. And he just thought it was a weird looking rock. So he sent his photos down to the folks at the Queensland Museum, asking them to please identify this strange thing. They eventually get back to him and say, congratulations, you found a dinosaur bone. Good job. Here is a large sauropod, one of those long-necked, long-tailed plant-eating dinosaurs. And this is her upper leg bone, the femur. So a bit like what David found back in 1999. Now this end is where her hip would have been. And during life, that's at the top of the mural, just on the back wall here. So that's about how tall she stands. And she's about 20 metres long as well. So she just fit inside this shed and still have a little bit of room left over. It's a very, very large animal. The next one along down on the pallet beside her, Dixie. You're looking at part of the backbone there, the dorsal vertebrae, so right in the middle of her back. These two animals were found about 18 metres apart from each other. We found Dixie first. And then we got very, very confused because we found 3 front legs. So either we have a weird dinosaur with 3 front legs, or you have 2 different types of dinosaurs. All of the bone material that you see here is Judy. That dinosaur I mentioned right at the beginning, the one we found in 2017. So everything from this jacket on my left that is currently being worked on, all the way down to the end table of the over there. That is Dixie, Trixie, Judy, that dinosaur, Judy. So what we have here, a very important specimen. There are 3 main reasons why Judy is so important. The first one is to do with her age. Judy is what we call a young adult sauropod, meaning she is a teenager. She's actually not fully grown. So we just look at animals being 20 metres long, a bit hard to tell. Judy here is the same size as the 2 chickens. There's lots of information about how sauropods age and how they grow, moving through different stages of life.
Fascinating thing about Wayne here is we got quite a few of the backbones just along the back over here. Now I already talked about the spongy quality of these bones, but they also have another method to lighten their skeleton. Wherever you see any holes at the bottom, the centrum, that circular bit that I'm pointing to, those are air pockets. They as well lighten the skeleton.
Around the outside we have these holes with little ripples in it. And these bulges and ripples are part of how we know that these are footprints, not just random holes in the rock. With their pressure marks, where the foot of the sauropod is pushed down into the mud, and the mud of mud scattered around outside. Now is a fossil you can hear. As I can imagine these sauropods pushing and squelching their way through this mud and making all sorts of fun things in this flooding. Like I said, these were not found up here on the jumper. They were found down on the plains in the paddock on the Dinosaurs Museum. And that's the mud and these are right here.
So Linda and I are just heading off now down for a walk to Dinosaur Canyon. seeing what else we can see at the age of dinosaurs. So this is showing what a dinosaur stampede would have looked like when a larger carnivorous dinosaur is chasing a group of smaller ones. Check out was Arno's wall here in Winton, and just a really interesting piece of architecture. The wall's about 2 metres high and it's made of all manner of bric-a-brac all cemented together. So have a look at the series of photos that we've taken along the wall. It's just fascinating. Oh, go Linda. Linda is rocking the musical fence. Standing right now at the Royal Theatre in Winton. A really interesting outdoor theatre. Tonight they're going to be showing a great movie at 7 o'clock. So Linda and I are looking forward to coming along, sitting down, chilling out after our drive. This is some movie memorabilia at the Royal Theatre in Winton. Real step back in time. How interesting was it outside before, honey?
Yeah, it's going to be great. There's a whole record player.
Oh, yep.
Very well.
In the classic movie, The Castle. That's going straight to the pool room. So here we are, we're outside the Waltzing Matilda Centre in Winton. You play Waltzing Matilda so beautifully. So we've just entered the main exhibit for the Waltzing Matilda Centre.
In 1914, when war broke out, the troops had adopted Waltzing Matilda as their song. So as they were riding off to war, they were known to be singing the lyrics of Waltzing Matilda as they rode away to war.
The Waltzing Matilda Centre is not only about Waltzing Matilda, it's also about the dinosaurs that have been found in the area as well. And of course, the area is famous for its boulder opal. Another one of the displays they have is for their Vision Splendid festival that they have each year out here in Winton. So I've just been inside the Waltzing Matilda Museum and just had a really great look around. So there is so much to see and do. It's not just about Waltzing Matilda, it's about so much more about Winton as well. So we've come outside and we're about to go and have a look. Right in front of me now there's a really big old steam train and all sorts of other stuff to come and have a look at outside. So let's have a look. A beautiful old steam engine. It ran in the area of Winton and North Queensland from 1959 to the early 1960s. How cool is this? A Model T 1920, Model T Ford circa 1920. 1927 Chevrolet. A wagon dating back to about 1880. So you saw the big green engine on the outside. This is one of the carriages that it was hauling. So the carriage that I'm standing in was being hauled by the green engine that we saw outside, and the carriage was actually used for carrying troops who went to fight in the Great War in World War I from the Winton area, and there were over 600 young men went from Winton to fight in the Great War. Of those 615 who went to fight in World War I, 92 were killed in active service. Oh, how times have changed with the telephone.
From this
From all this
to this,
to just a mobile phone.
and camera,
Yeah,
and computer.
amazing.
A little different.
It is a lot different. Well, our time in Winton is almost coming to an end. And we're just sitting down, enjoying some quiet time here at the Waltzing Matilda Centre. And it is such an incredible place. There is so much history and so many beautiful things to come and see and to check out.
Really interesting.
It's been interesting, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed our video and the odd fly as well, because it's certainly very plentiful out here. So if ever you're in Winton, come and check out the Waltzing Matilda Centre. You won't be disappointed.